Alright guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Astral Auto Repairs. Can you dig it? Alright guys, check it out. Behind me, backed up under this carport, is a 2010 Honda Accord. Customer's complaint is the check engine light is on. Now you already know why it's on because you've seen the thumbnail. Me, I don't know yet. We didn't hook it up yet, but we're about to find out. Yeah buddy. Coming up on Astral Auto Repairs. This channel is a member of the Astral Stars, which means we have a zero tolerance policy against the harassment of others. Anybody who violates that policy will be banned. For further information, please visit www.theastralstars.com. Alright guys, the first thing you do is grab the connector to your code reader. Now the diagnostic connector is located under the dashboard to the left of the steering wheel, right over here. It looks like this is all kind of loose. Supposed to be tucked up in there somewhere. I don't know. But, alright, let's get this hooked up and let's pull the codes. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're ready to hit the button, erase previous data. Yeah, we're gonna erase that. Alright, we did pick up one code. Let's see what this code is. Transmission, let's hit engine. Read the codes. Okay, one of three. P0420, catalyst system efficiency below threshold, blink 1. What the heck? Same code. Alright guys, what I'm going to do, let me go talk to the customer first. Try to get some history on what's going on with this car. And definitely you want to do that because usually a customer will definitely guide you to the answer. So I'm going to talk to her, come back, and I'm going to tell you exactly what she said. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is going to be a little bit of long commentary here, so bear with me. Alright, check this out. The customer bought this car 3 years ago. The car had 60,000 miles. After about a year and a half, the check engine light came on. She had it checked out. Came out to be the P0420 catalytic converter. So she went to the repair shop in Wilson, had them replace it. They replaced it 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years later. We're here now with the same code. My first question was did the previous shop explain to you that they have to figure out why that catalytic converter went? What made it go bad? They just don't go bad out of nowhere. No, they didn't explain that to her. That's number one. You got to do that. Number two, and this is where it gets kind of fun. All right. When she took it to AutoZone or Van, so she took it to somebody, had them look at the code, she was going to do a tune-up on it. So the guy at the auto parts store said, now these has the coils on it. The guy said, instead of replacing the coils, what you can do is, and guys you can, they just call a wire set. You can replace just the boot at the end of the coils with the spring inside. They come as a set, just like that. So this is her exact words, guys. She said she had her honey change them. So, so he looked at me like, what the heck? So, they changed them out. It wasn't to fix any kind of misfire or anything. It was just to change them out. She figured it needed a tune-up. Didn't replace the spark plugs. Now let's go a little bit further. When she bought the car had 60,000 miles, like I told you. It's now 3 years later. Guys, this car has 300,517 miles. This car went a lot of time. So I asked her, have you ever replaced the plug since she bought it? No. So we got a little idea where to go. Now, let's put that to, huh?
Also, it doesn't have power.
Oh yeah, also the car doesn't has, when she first got it, she said it was fast. It was quick response pickup. Now, especially going up hills, it's kind of sluggish, don't have too much power, but once it gets to that 50 miles an hour mark, it's pretty good. See, Sibby's been listening too. You want to come over here and explain it with me, Sibby?
No.
Come on, Sibby. Come on over here next to me.
No.
All right, guys, let's put that to the side now. Now that what I'm going to do, now we go to the technical aspect of it. the catalytic converter, the P0420. What is it? Why does it happen? How does the computer know my catalytic converter is no good and the car still drives good? Now, when your catalytic converter completely fails from a serious misfire or something, it's going to start breaking up inside, and you're not going to have no power at all, guys. This is nothing what she got. You won't be able to go over 25 miles an hour. Now, here's what happens, guys. I'm going to do this real quick. I don't know what these other guys explain to you, try to be technical about it. It's just so simple. You got your catalytic converter. Your catalytic converter's job is to burn all kind of junk, garbage. Technical terms, hydrocarbons and carbon monoxide. Let's get back to the layman's term. It burns all that junk that comes out of your engine before it gets out into the atmosphere. How does the computer know that it did its job? You got an O2 sensor in the front of the cat and an O2 sensor in the back of the cat. The O2 sensor in the front of the cat is checking all that junk coming out your engine. I said, whoo, man, it's this much. Let's say it's from a 1 to a 10. It's at a 9.5. So the catalytic converter job is to heat up really hot. They get between about 600, 700 degrees. That's right, they get about that hot. The catalytic converter job is to burn that up. Now here comes where the second O2 sensor comes in. The second O2 sensor comes in and checks the level of that junk now. It should be down to about 2, maybe 3, 1, 2, or 3. Whatever it be, but it's got to be a lot lower. So now the computer's getting a reading from both of these sensors. If this sensor's reading, hey, this junk is 10, and then this one's reading, hey, this junk is 10, exactly what happens? That means the computer's saying, hey, this catalytic converter is not heating up and not doing its job. Simple as that. That's when the code come up. You got all these people out here saying, well, you can clean it, put some water in it, some soap, and all that. I don't know it works. I don't know, and I don't care. I don't plan on doing that. A lot of people tells you it's an O2 sensor. No. Very rare. I would say out of 100%, it's like a 0.5%. It might be an O2 sensor. How is a catalytic converter? How is an O2 sensor can be bad? Because you got this one reading at 10, and this one's got stuff on it, so it's not reading as much as good. So it might read no. Forget that 0.5%. It just don't work. It just ain't gonna work. It's just if it's a slow response, it's gonna be an O2 sensor. But let's get that out of the way. That's garbage. Don't even listen to them by saying that. Why does the catalytic converter goes? Number one, you might be getting too much air. Check that out now. That's funny. Too much air into the system, which is causing a lean miss, which would kill a catalytic converter. A misfire, unburned gas going down there, messing the catacombs up, messing it up. That will kill a catalytic converter. So the first thing we have to do now is determine whether we got any air leaks or anything. If we don't have a code for P0171, we don't have no air leaks or nothing, we got to check the condition of the spark plugs, the coils, and something that everybody, the fuel pump as well. If the fuel pump is weak, if the injectors are clogged, they will mess up a catalytic converter. And one that a lot of people forget or don't check is something as simple as an air filter. An air filter, because the engine's not getting enough gas, so it's getting a lot more fuel. The computer's controlling it to get more air, but it can't because it's clogged up. So what?
You said the engine's not getting enough gas, so it's getting more fuel.
Oh, getting enough air. I'm sorry. You know, that's about the third time you corrected me this year. Yeah, so you gotta cut that out. All right, so the computer says, all right, it can't give it more air because the air filter is clogged. So that raw gas, that's unburned gas, is going down there and messing up the catalytic converter. So now what we got to do, we got the history. Just like I said, you listen to the customer, and the customer will give you the answer. We got from 60,000 to 300,000, no plugs will change. So we're going to definitely pull out some plugs here and check it out. And we're going to check to see if the car has a fuel filter. We're going to check the air filter. But enough of this talk. Let's go check it. We'll be right back. All right, guys. What I'm doing over here, I'm looking at the catalytic converter that was replaced. Now, these catalytic converters comes with the exhaust manifold. Now I'm looking at it right. Am I pointing to it right there? Here's the exhaust manifold right here. Now you figure, let's say, Tori, this is about 2 years. This is about 2 years old, guys, and should I have that much rust on it after 2 years?
In the South.
In the South, no less. Yeah, I could see if we was in a rust-infested area. I like saying that, rust-infested area. I don't know why. But I don't know if we should have that much rust on this. Okay, we know it comes with the exhaust manifold. the repair shop had these in stock. I find that kind of weird also. So I'm not sure if they welded just the catalyst in there. But you know what we're going to do? Check this out, guys, because before we get crazy here, we got an O2 sensor here. What I want to do is take up this heat shield right here, which just looks like it's held on by two 12 millimeter bolts.
3. There's one in the back.
Okay, 3. And it looks like it won't come up because of the O2 sensors here. So what we're going to do is unplug the O2 sensor and take that O2 sensor up. And let's see. Oh, okay, look at this. This is not even clipped on, but it ain't going to affect the way the car is. So that's off like that. Let's twist it. Now to unplug this, we got a little tab right there. Push the tab in towards the connector and unplug it. All right, let's get us some tools over here so we can take this off and take a better look at this catalytic converter. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, what we got here is our O2 sensor removal socket. It's a 7/8 socket, and you're going to see a slot in it. That slot is for the wires. You're going to put it over like this. Oh, let me get out the way. Put it on, and I'm going to use a 4-inch extension and a 12-inch extension. 3/8 drive ratchet. And unscrew the sensor. Okay. Let's see if we get this out. And this also gives us a chance to look inside to see. That's a lot of corrosion right there. That is a lot of corrosion. And I hope that's not the catalyst I'm looking at. No, it's not. All right, now we'll put this to the side. Oh, look at this. It's kind of dirty. Alright, then we're going to take a 12 millimeter shallow socket 3/8 drive, and we're going to go ahead and remove the 3 bolts holding on this shield. Now this shield better come off, and these bolts better not strip, because if one of these bolts break off in there, I know something ain't right here. I know this was not changed. Alright, it's coming off. Alright, so let's get those 3 bolts off, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got our last bolt out of here. All 3 bolts are the same length, so... Alright guys, what do you think?
Oh, that bad boy is rusty.
Do that look like it's 2 years old?
No, that looked like it was here.
Yeah, see, that's... Now we're looking at... This ain't right. Something ain't... And just like I said, guys, if we was in a rust-infested area, then I'd say okay, but... No. I'm trying to look see if I can see the gasket. I see parts of the gasket, but I see, if you can look right between here...
Where are you? What are you putting?
Right where the manifold head meets the manifold. It looks looks like it's kind of rusty. Like it's a different color than the gasket. Guys, I am really skeptical now whether this cat was changed. And what we're gonna do, you know what we're gonna do, guys? We're gonna pull up a picture of one to see how does it come. And just like I said, maybe they welded the piece in there. I don't. I'm trying to look at if we can look down at the catalyst. I don't know if you can see down there.
Yeah.
You can?
Bit. It's not a lot of room.
I mean, it's possible, but It sure don't look like it. So now the question is, how did they get the light to come off for 2 years? Did they clean it out? Did they fix something?
It wasn't even off for 2 years, though.
It wasn't even off for 2 years.
Remember, I told you that my light came back on about 4 months ago.
Okay, so
My light came back on about 4 months ago, and this had to be 2017 when he changed it, because last year I didn't have to do anything to get my, I just had to get the inspection.
Mm-hmm.
But the year before that, I know because my honey paid for it for me. She went and actually paid him for me, which the receipt is in the Audi that she no longer has.
so that's gone.
So that's gone. But it was in 2017, and it was probably around March, April, when he fixed it, to get the light to go off so I could get my sticker.
And how much was it?
He charged me $457.
All right, guys. So this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna look online. We're gonna get a picture of how this catalytic converter actually is, and we're gonna see a price. And we're gonna go to Rock Auto, and they got the cheapest prices out there. So we're gonna check that out. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, check it out. Davico. Here's a Davico cat, and Davico cats are really good. And look how this cat comes, guys. This is very important. I want you to look at this. It comes with a manifold, and down here, you see that? It comes with a flange. Guys, pay very close attention to that. It comes with the flange. Let's go to another picture.
They need to get washed.
All right, that's how it looks right there.
And that give us time to get the house together.
And also, check it out. Now, the cat does not, you can tell it's been welded there. You can tell that's a, check that out. What is that?
You can make a bigger picture.
But how can I move it?
I don't know why it's not moving, but it should normally does.
Oh, but anyway, you can tell the welding right there, and you can know that's an exhaust pipe right there, an aftermarket exhaust pipe. They welded in there, and then the cat right there. Now, if I can, let me 4 pictures, huh? There's that one. Let's see if I can. You can tell right there. This is an aftermarket pipe welded on both sides. This one is not like that. This one is definitely like it's original. But again, as I was saying, this flange right there, that part, we're going to try to get the camera on it, and I want you to watch what you see. Watch what I show you down there. All right? And plus, this cat is $174. So, all right, let's go back there and look. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we got this situated so we can show you the flange. Now, I got my screwdriver down here as a pointer.
And I lost my focus. There's too many things in front of it. Okay.
Here is the O2 sensor that I'm hitting up against. Below that, right there's the end of the flange where the bolt is coming through. You see how rusty that is? And if you notice, that flange is the same rustiness as the exhaust pipe. There is no difference whatsoever. So what does that mean? No, this cat was not replaced. Now, what I'm going to do here is switch the light over to this side. And let me see the camera. Now, I want you to look. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Notice the bolt going through the flange. Look at that. Look how rusty that bolt is. That bolt was not taken out of there. There's no way that bolt was taken out of there. Let's see if we can see the side of the cat. No, guys, this was definitely not replaced. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put the O2 sensor back, and then we're going to go check the spark plugs, air filter, check out what caused this cat to go bad. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys. The first thing we'll do, let's start off with the simplest thing: air filter. Let's check the air filter. All right. Her name is Tori. Tori, when was the last time Precision Tune changed the air filter? But when was
Probably about a year and a half ago.
a year and a half ago? Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. So it should be pretty clean. All right, so let's check this out. First, we're going to have 3 clips over here. 1, 2, and then the other one is down here on the other side. Okay, and what we're going to do is just pick it up a little bit. And, oh yeah, it definitely looks clean. Let's try to take this out a little bit. Make this thing like harder.
Yeah, I can see it. It's clean.
But let's see, this side is going to be clean because this is the side that's going to the engine. The dirty side is right over here. And okay. And yeah, I mean, it does got some dirt on it, but not enough to cause a bad cat. I mean, yeah, you got some bugs, the usual bugs and leaves and all. But yeah, it's definitely not going to cause that cat to go bad. What's this other thing? All right, so we're going to put this back in there, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, now we're going to get down there and check these coils and spark plugs. We're going to have a cover right here. The cover is held on by 4 10mm bolts. So what I'm going to use is a 10mm deep 3/8 drive and my cordless impact. So let's take off the 4 bolts, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got the 4 bolts out. All 4 bolts are the same length, so you don't have to worry about getting them crisscrossed. Let's take our cover up, and then it's going to uncover our 4 coils. Now, let's disconnect the coils first. Now, disconnecting the coils, you're going to have a little latch right there on the top. You're going to push that tab.
I can't see. It's recording, but I can't see.
Okay, push that tab down towards the connector, and then back that plug right off. And that's how you unplug the coils. You got, is it on yet?
Nope.
Okay, we'll be right back then. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to do one more. Again, take the tab right there, push the tab down towards the connector, and you'll see the end of that latch, and then right here, pick up when I do that, and then unplug it. Now, when you unplug these, you notice I'm grabbing my other hand to pull it back. Do not pull on the wiring, because you can pull these wires right out of that connector, then you're going to have a misfire. Then you're going to be looking crazy in the face when your car is running bad. So, unlatch it, take your other hand to grab the connector, and back it up. All right, let's get the other 2 done, and we'll be right back. All right, the next thing we're going to do is take our same 10mm deep 3/8 drive, and your coils are held on by 10mm bolts. So what we're going to do is take the bolts out. You want to take the coil and twist it just a little bit back and forth to make sure it don't seat up against anything, and then pull that coil right out of place. And what you want to do is take the coil and set it down. When you take them out, you want to set them in order. I like to keep them in order just in case there is a misfire or become a misfire. You know it was definitely that coil. And Tori, these are what this was you guys replaced right here?
Yes, I think so. And the spring on the inside?
And the spring on the inside. Yep, I see it. Let's pull this off. Look at that. Okay. So let's get the others out, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we have definitely went into DEFCON 2 right about now. Why? Because taking out the coils, you're going to have a boot on the end right here. Pulling out number 2, the boot, is still down there on the plug. So how do you get it out of there? Well, there is one way of doing it. Or trying. I just actually tried and it didn't work. Put the coil back down there to push it on that boot. Twist it again, back and forth, and when we pick it up, hopefully it comes with it.
Yep.
Look at that. Yeah, buddy.
Wanted you to record it.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. All right, now let's get some tools to take out the spark plugs. We'll be right back. All right, guys, now we're going to get to our spark plugs. What I got here is a deep 16mm socket, or you can use a 5/8, or you can use a 5/8 spark plug socket. I really don't like the spark plug sockets because, especially when with the boots inside, because they get stuck on there when you're going to put it back and the socket stays down there. And I got a 12-inch 3/8 drive extension. And what you want to do here is take the plug completely loose. And this is a good trick you want to use, guys. This is definitely helps out with these cars. Take that out. Get you a 3/8 hose. And you want to go down and you want to push it onto the spark plug and take it right out. And you use this method to put it back. And that way, because you do not want to drop these spark plugs and close that gap right there. Because if you do, you're going to have a misfire. Now let's look at these. Spark plugs not that bad.
Because we might have changed them.
Because they might have changed them.
I think we might have.
No, they're not. They're not that bad at all. We're gonna do that. Let's pull out the other three, and take a look at them, and we're gonna definitely keep them in order just in case one of them looks different than the other. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're looking at all the spark plugs. They look really good. Tori just found out that they did replace the spark plugs about a year, about a year ago. That's why they look so good. So we can definitely eliminate the spark plugs. All right, so we're going to put these spark plugs back, and we're going to put the coils back, and then we'll be back. All right, guys, air filter is good, spark plug good, coils is good. Now what we're going to do is see if this engine is getting more air than what it's supposed to. How we're going to do that? We're going to go back to our scanner, and we're going to look up the fuel trims. We're going to see what the fuel trims are supposed to be. Now, the fuel trims on any vehicle should be hanging around 0 or -1. Should hang around that area. If the fuel trims are high, that means we got an air leak somewhere, and the computer is trying to compensate for that by opening, I don't even know why I'm getting into it, you guys. Because what it's going to do is open the pulse width on the fuel injectors. And I'll explain that in another video. So let's get it hooked up, get the car warmed up, and let's pull up a data stream. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we are. We got our scanner hooked up. Notice, guys, our short-term and our long-term fuel trim is well below 0. What does this mean? That means we got too much gas or not enough air going into here. And this could definitely be causing an issue with the catalytic converter. So now we need to go over a few things and see what the heck is going on. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright, guys, check it out. Our number is kind of below 0. So we need to do now, first thing we're going to do is pop open the cover of the air filter. Even though we did check the air filter, I want to pop it up to see by giving it more gas. Wait, let's do that first. I'm going to pop this up. Alright, I'm going to just leave it up just like that. So I'm bypassing the air filter. Now what I'm going to do now is bring the RPM up a little bit on the car and see where that number does. Oh yeah, and by the way, we got Tori recording. Sylvia's right there teaching her. Yeah, buddy. What numbers am I looking at right now?
7.8, 10.9.
Okay, now
It says 0.
let's see if it hangs out.
Now it's going back up. When you took your foot off the gas, it went to 0.
Now it's back down to we need it. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is I don't know. What the heck is this? Alright, check it out. What we're gonna do next, guys, is we're gonna put this back, and then I'm gonna go over here, loosen up this bolt right here, pop this cover off, and we got the throttle plate right there. And that throttle plate builds up carbon. Not enough air is gonna go inside that engine. So we're gonna check that out and see how dirty it is. Alright? We'll be right back. All right, guys, what we're gonna do? We're gonna take this cover off. So what we're gonna do is use our same 10 millimeter deep 3/8 drive socket without impact. We're gonna loosen up this clamp right here. And then we're gonna take this cover and pull it back. Be very careful, guys. Do not damage this boot right here in any kind of way, especially around here, because if you do, this engine will run like garbage because your mass airflow sensor is up here, and if you cause any kind of leak after this, it's just messed up. Now what we're gonna do is pull this down. Now, Tori, let's switch sides. And what we're doing is looking inside, and that is a lot of carbon down there. If you look down in there, guys, you're gonna see a shiny, huh?
I was asking.
Oh, you seen it? She got that camera zoomed way out there, like she looking down the block.
I'm in there.
Okay. All right. So now you see the shiny part in there, Tori, the round part. Now that's the throttle.
That's that back piece you talking about behind
Yeah,
that
back there.
piece?
Uh-huh. All right, that's your throttle plate right there. And if you look around the throttle plate, especially if you look right through here and look down there, you see a lot of carbon build up around the edges of it.
It doesn't look like it's closed right.
It's supposed to be a little bit open to let air in there. How she look? You see that?
Yeah.
All right. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna just take our hands, open that up. I'm gonna take a rag and just clean that up a little bit. That's really dirty in there. All that stuff right there, that carbon, that stops airflow from going in there. So that could be a possibility right there. And what we're gonna do is just check that out. We're not gonna get too involved with it because this could be a daunting task, and at that number, it's still not going to cause that cat to go bad, but I just wanted to look at that. All right, so let's wipe that up, get a rag, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. We got our rag, and we're going to got some carburetor cleaner, and we're just going to spray the rag, and try to get in there and clean that up. Man, this... And guys, now the best way of doing this, guys, is called a throttle body cleaning, which means to take this throttle body off and actually clean up in there. But we just want to test this out for now. Wow.
Get all that dirt.
Yeah. All right. Clean it up a little. Now, the numbers was at -7 for the short term and -9, -10 on the long term. So now we're going to start this vehicle up and see what we got. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got it started up. Look at that, guys. Look at our short term. Our short term jumped down to 0.8. Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about, yo. Now, you guys might be want to know, why is my long term still there? Well, you got to go to our other channel, Autel AL539B. And we did a video on short term and long term and what they meant. And you're going to know exactly why. And you're going to see that it's going to start going down. But definitely, we got a difference. Yeah, they went down a little bit more now. They ain't liking that. They ain't liking that. Still, we're better off. But that's still 2.3 is actually good. And actually, we did that. And we didn't even do a throttle body cleaning. If we did a throttle body cleaning, I'd definitely get that down to 0. All right, we'll be right back.
So today we did a 2010 Honda Accord with a P0404.
P0420.
Oh, P0420, sorry.
Oh, I'm not starting over, so.
Which came out to be a bad catalytic converter. It was supposed to have been replaced about 2 years ago. But as we found out today, it was not.
Oh, wait a minute. God, because they seen Tori, right? This is Tori, guys. She's the owner.
I'm the owner
She's
of the
the
car.
owner of the car. That's right. We talking like she's with Astro right now.
I'm the owner of the car.
Well, today she did kind of work for Astral a little bit.
Heck
Just a
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah. All right, so what are we going to be doing?
So we are going to be replacing the catalytic converter today.
Well, we're not doing that today.
Well, not today, but we realized today that we're going to replace
that's
the
what we
catalytic
need to
converter.
do. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comments section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com. Hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia and Tori from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can.
She got it. We get customers that don't even get it. She got it.